and help you learn how to learn languages. So look us up. We've got Twitter and all the social media, and especially if you're interested in participating, we've got some conversation hours, happy hours coming up. So look for us on Meetup. Be the simplest way to find us, I think. So today we're going to do mostly Korean, I think, and maybe one or two others along the way. Some vocab review. Let's listen.
여자아이,
남자, 여자,
음식,
food.
여자,
남자,
So the same suffix ja in both those words.
여자,
Woman.
여자들,
여자들 makes it plural. That suffix 들.
남자들과 여자들,
과, one of the forms of the word for and. 남자들, both marked plural, men and women.
남자 또는 여자,
또는 남자 또는 여자. A man or a woman. Right? Yes. 또는
남자들과 여자들,
just hold on to that 또는 word. I had to think there, and I want my recall to be a little faster. So I'm going to make an effort to hold on to that. So the RR, the official romanization system, uses a double T for this. And on this input method, you can do either double T or a double D. It's the same thing in the Hangul system. Nun. And nun is a topic marker, basically. The to means again, and the nun means this is my topic, roughly, and a few other functions. 또는, and I'm going to put that in my notes. Oops, pardon me, bear with me here. Or is a good single word English equivalent always. Yeah, and I like to have a nice quick recall especially for an important function word like that. And if I don't recall it just right, gotta study it harder.
남자들과 여자들,
Put it in the rotation. So back to move this part as I shift around a little. So I'm gonna put it in Hangul, the Korean alphabet.
남자들과 여자들,
And this handy one just converts RR basically. It's a little bit more tolerant into Hangul. I don't have to learn a new keyboard layout. It's one of the benefits. Someday I might find it expedient to, but not today.
남자들과 여자들,
과, that's written onto the preceding. An enclitic we call it, as if it were a suffix roughly, but it's not really attached to the word. 여자, Y-E-O, 여, female, 자, 들. And except for the dul and, so the plural marker and the conjunction, the lexical words, the words that have content, meaning, are from Chinese, Sino-Korean, we call it. So, grabbing that, pasting it here.
여자와 남자,
A woman, man. So it's really simple stuff, just putting noun phrases together, but you already see the need for an understanding of the grammar of Korean.
여자 또는 남자,
There's no word used really for You can specify quantity of one, which is one of the meanings of our un. But for just a noun phrase in a sentence or a list like this, Korean doesn't use an equivalent for it just puts the bare noun, woman or man. We will say a woman or a man.
남자와 여자,
Wa and. This is the other form. So the word for and can be wa or gua. Could also have plural meaning. The dul just marks it explicitly. Must be plural. Must be understood as plural if the dul is there. But otherwise it's really just ambiguous, unmarked. Okay. I have an extra space, do I? Somebody's overly confident. Maybe a little hard to read. Let me just report a bug here. It's something else. Yeah. Cute.
또는,
또는 or, and I've got a good recall for it.
남자들,
남자들, men. Nam, that component just means male, not female. Let's look at them real quick while we're here. So, this is of which I am very fond, Canjie input webpage. CANJIE is the name of this input system, and it's graphics. It maps the keyboard keys onto a set of shapes to write characters instead of doing it all phonetically. So num, the one male, has field on top, W, KS, strength below. That's num as in numja. Here's the ja, son, child, etc. Yaw is written with V, the woman, in Chinese. These are the Hanja, the Chinese characters writing those Sino-Korean words. It's one way to write them. Generally, though, we use Hangul for writing Korean. Nah. Okay, how's my league position? Oh, we're just starting out because today's Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Right. Rectify that just momentarily. On to number 2. Right.
집,
House.
사과,
Sagwa. So here this has a syllable gua, but it's not the word and. Sagwa is just a 2-syllable word for apple, also from Chinese.
빵,
School.
학교,
School.
학교,
So let's take a look real quick.
학교,
For those of you new to the writing system or totally, or somewhat familiar, note that the bottom of the left one, that right angle, is the same
학교.
as top on the right. That's the shape for the K letter, G or K, depending on position in order.
집,
Cheap is house.
사과,
빵,
Bread. This word comes to Korean through Japanese from a Romance language,
남자하고 여자,
likely Portuguese. Namja, hago, yoja. Hago is another way to say and, more with a verb root in there. Man is also just means and a woman. Multiple ways to say it. Nothing unusual about that.
여자 또는 책,
Just might be surprising if you only know English. A woman or a book.
책하고 남자,
Hago. And hago, is that written? I'm still learning about the spacing of words. It's not my most firm part of my understanding of Korean. I think hago, I'm just going to put a space before. It'll tell me. These 2 syllables. This converter does its work after you press the space bar. It flips it in the other script. 책하고 남자.
책하고 남자,
남자. Book and a man.
사과와 연필,
사과와. Okay, so if it's that single syllable,
사과화,
either wa or gua to mean and, it attaches to the preceding phrase. But as hago, I think words based on either side. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Speaking of getting in touch with me, yeah, I will. Let's see, where can I see? Anyone give me a message? All right. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys are interested in a particular language, please reach out to me. Let me know. Leave me a message, and I will happily do that. I will take requests for what languages we look at together on the stream. So, briefly. Sorry, this must be absolutely riveting for you. On with the show now. So, back to the learning, I should say, rather. More than sagwawa, 연필, an apple, and a pencil.
남자와 연필,
Okay, on track. 남자와 연필, a man, and a pencil.
남자와 집,
남자와 집, a house. School, 빵와 빵과. Oh no, 학교와 빵. So it's we have to talk about when you get wa and when you get gua. And we shall see. Hakyo is the word for school. Ends in a vowel sound. O. That's where we'll select the variant with just W. No G. Hakyo wa bang B-B-A-N-G. Gives it that, what we call a tense initial, written with a double letter, the same letter repeated. Hakyo wa bang. I don't know when you would conjoin those two like that, but why not? House or book. 집 또는, probably also with spaces. J-I-B. 또는 책. C-H-A-E-K. as it happens. I think the syllable for 책, which means book, looks kind of booky. Grabbing a book on a shelf or something. Bookish. Alright, halfway there. Food is going to be 음식.
음식,
음식과 아이.
Food and child.
아이, 사람.
Child, person.
사과가 음식입니다.
사과가. Alright, a real sentence now. 사과가.
사과가,
The subject markers. Apple is doing
사과가
음식. Food
음식입니다.
is 입니다.
음식입니다.
That first vowel sound, E in this word, that's the root. 입니다. The rest is suffixes.
사과가 음식입니다.
An apple is food.
아이, 사람.
아이, child, space, 사람, human, person.
학교가 장소입니다.
학교가 장소입니다. A school is a place.
책은 물건입니다.
책은, okay, a new marker, I think. I haven't seen it
책은.
today. Did mention it though. Topic marker 은 here. 책은, as for a book, books, the book. 물건입니다. A book is a thing. So 물건, thing, and the 입니다, which is written without space, which makes a certain kind of sense. They do form 입니다. This verb needs that thing to be part of its construction. It would be insufficient on its own. A book is a thing, a material object as opposed to a living thing. 물건.
예, 빵은 음식입니다.
예, 빵은 음식입니다. Another topic marker. Bread. As for bread, it is food. And 예 means yes. Bread is food. In English, we don't really say a bread. It's possible, but generally with non-count.
예, 학교는 장소입니다.
예, 학교는 장소입니다. Yes, a school is a place.
예, 남자는 사람입니다.
Yes, a man is a person. Nice simple sentences. Real clear sentence structure in Korean. Most of your nouns in the sentence are going to be marked as to how they're participating in it. And then you have a verb always at the end of its clause. Look at the end of the sentence for your verb. It's a good place to sort of start unraveling it.
고양이,
고양이 is cute.
개,
개, full-grown dog. Maybe we'll also see 강아지, which means puppy.
개.
개, dog. Doggy. 남자아이, a male child.
남자아이. 여자아이.
남자아이,
제가 여자입니다.
제가 I, subject form, fuses with 이제 and then a ga is added. So really it's a double subject marker in that little phrase. 제가 여자입니다. I am a woman.
동물.
That means animal. It means moving thing. 동물.
여자아이의 음식.
Let's take a look at it since we've got it just right here. The way you can generate the hanja, the Chinese characters for 동물. Left side of the first one, slanted H, ending in G, K, S, H, G, K, S. 동 means to move. 물, H, Q, P, H, H. Extra keystroke there. Is a thing. 동물.
여자아이의.
음식. A new particle.
여자아이의.
For today, this last syllable with the circle and the two straight lines. 의, if we pronounce it in full, is a possessive marker. The or a girl's food. Food belonging to.
저에게.
저에게. My. It's the same marker on the word for I. Going to be pronounced as a as this grammatical marker here. My dog. Food belonging to me.
아니요, 고양이는 사람이 아닙니다.
No, 아니요. A cat, 고양이는 topic. 사람이, person, subject is not a person.
동물은 물건이 아닙니다. 동물은 물건이 아닙니다.
So that animal, 동물, topic. This sentence is telling you something about animals.
동물은 물건이 아닙니다.
B spelled with B, nida. 물건 again, thing, non-living. 아닙니다 is not. Again, the root is just E. 아닙니다. 아닙니다. I spelled it wrong.
아니요, 남자아이는 여자가 아닙니다. 아니요, 남자아이는 여자가 아닙니다. 여자가
No. Man is not a woman. I need to be more careful.
아니요, 여자아이는 남자가 아닙니다.
Okay, 여자아이는 no. Girls specifically are not men.
동물은 물건이 아닙니다.
동물은 I just need to respell the first two of the verb. Nib. Nib is what we enter. B, when it's followed by a nasal like N, it's going to become an sound. Animnida, but it's not written there.
아니요, 남자아이는 여자가 아닙니다. 아니요. 아니요, 남자아이는 여자가 아닙니다.
남자, okay, male children. No, boys are not. 여자가 아닙니다. Are not women. To me, it's really interesting that in a sentence like that last one, 여자가 아닙니다, that the thing that they're not being bears that subject marker. I think in the Japanese one, whenever you say dewa arimasen, it is, with that wa there, it is marked as a subject, so that's really not dissimilar. I thought of Japanese and Korean may be related, maybe not, but their grammatical structures are very similar. Many, many parallels. So we've completed. Let's maybe do half of this one, then go to another language for a little bit.
고마워.
고마워 means thanks. I am grateful. Informal way of saying it.
이름.
이름 name.
예, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Yes, hello.
안녕하십니까?
How are you? Hello.
환영합니다.
환영합니다. Well,
안녕하십니까?
안녕하십니까? 안 first syllable 녕. Again, right? B is going to sound like 심니, and then here we get a tense one, GGA or KKA. Ga tense sound, double consonant letter. Yeah, and that's written without space. I think generally all your hada verbs are going to be, unless there's an accusative marker. The hada is going to be written with the preceding whatever compound or word, as is that ida verb, the being.
만나서 반갑습니다.
Nice to meet you for the first time.
안녕.
안녕, hi.
네, 고맙습니다.
고맙습니다. Yes, thanks.
고맙습니다.
Thank you.
환영합니다. 만나서 반갑습니다.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
남자의 이름.
남자의 이름. Man's name. Man.
안녕하세요. 환영합니다.
Bonita. Welcome. Oh, that's the second one. Hello, welcome.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 환영합니다.
Yes, welcome.
안녕하십니까?
Hello. Really is a question. How are you would be a good equivalent, I think, if I were doing this. But what ifs? So, mention formality maybe briefly. It's a very important feature of Korean grammar. There's no agreement of the verb with its subject per se. Depending on who the subject is, you may be showing more or less respect to that being. And that will change the form of the verb. Certain suffixes are added and replaced. Alright, now let's see what we haven't touched in a long while. Which course? Okay, so Navajo. It's a very short course. It's the first one I have completed. It's the first and only so far on my private account. So for me, this is a bit of review. Plenty tricky, and I hope they give us more soon to do in Navajo. Food is our one for today. Ashkan is banana. Pilasana, apple, is a compound. Chil, so that's a peach, I think. Ashkan. Okay, did not recognize or remember that one. Cherry. So cherry. I like that it can just save everything. This generation of Notepad is working well. Thank you, whoever did that. Apple and orange. Pilasana. La. Sa. First one marked high. And the word for and is do, high tone long. Chil. Hitzhoi. So the barred L. I believe, and a high tone E. Another correct solution with a different apostrophe. Would that I could, sir. Yeah, this course, at least earlier versions of it, were really picky, and there were certain exercises it just would not accept my apostrophe. Scream. No matter how much I screamed, I'm eating a hot chili. Eating. Okay, what was it? Yisha. Yiya. Okay, which one is it going to be? Okay, I am eating yisha with a sh sound. Aze di ch. Aze di ch. Two long vowels with glottal stops. Aze di. Aze. Tone di. Ch. Like that. Yisha. High tone nasalized. Oh. Aze di yisha. Oh, chin. Na da. Corn. Sunny. Yeah. That's a third person. He or she, I think, eats. He is eating an apple. Something like that. Nimasi potato. He like watermelon. Jian. Jian. Is the initial. G. And then high tone yan. He likes. Bi. I think it was, yeah, with both those words. Yeah. Should be high toned. Yeah. High tone, not nasalized. Oh, good. He likes watermelon. And let's report the little typo there. He likes watermelon. Jian bi. Yeah. Solution. There we go. Okay. She's eating spinach. Spinach. Wow. Young. Wow. Ye. High tone nasalized. Oh. It should also be high tone in the first syllable. It seems. Yi young. Last one for the cycle. Turkey. Daji biti. No, biti. Chicken. Naho hai biti. The biti, I think, means meat. So showing us the animal seems not ideal. Dahu yishang. I am eating a strawberry. Nope. Yang, he or she is eating. Bisodi is the pig, I believe. Bitsi the meat. Pork. Yep. Bisodi bitsi. Pegashi bitsi. Yang, he or she is eating beef. Is beefing. Yishang, I am eating a strawberry. Strawberries. Is that really? Strawberries. Let's make it plural. I am eating strawberries. Okay, back to Korean. I can tell you a bit more about Korean grammar at this point than I can about Navajo. Like I say, I hope they add more and we can see more of how the language really works, how word forms change to mark different categories. That's what I'm most interested in.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
실례합니다.
Excuse me, I lose etiquette. In case you're wondering what that means, what I'm referring to, shile is Chinese borrowing, and it's these words. HQO, to lose, and li is IFTWT. Etiquette ceremony, important cultural concept, and that's this verbal compound, to lose your etiquette, make a breach of etiquette, I guess, lose your manners. It was borrowed for the meaning of excuse me into Korean and Japanese as well.
감사합니다. 아니요, 죄송합니다.
아니요, 죄송합니다.
죄송합니다. 죄송합니다.
If I had learned that, it's slipped away from me. Sorry. No, sorry.
죄송합니다. 괜찮습니다.
Sorry, it is alright. Maybe different speakers.
저는 괜찮습니다.
Silliness. Okay. 저는 괜찮습니다. I'm alright.
감사합니다. 환영합니다.
Thank you for joining us.
감사합니다.
This is me talking to you who have joined us. Now back to the Korean.
감사합니다.
Oh, yeah. So I'm taking requests. Let me know if there's any language of all the ones on Duolingo that you are most interested in, that you'd like me to watch me work through. All right. And feel free to ask me anything. Don't know everything, but I'm happy to try to find out. I use what I do know.
감사합니다. 환영합니다.
Yes, let me say that too. 감사합니다. 환영합니다.
아니요, 감사합니다.
Thank you.
실례합니다. 죄송합니다.
Excuse me, sorry.
괜찮습니다.
괜찮습니다. It is alright.
아니요, 괜찮습니다.
No, it is okay. It is.
네, 감사합니다.
Yes, thank you.
죄송합니다.
Sorry.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Capital T, thank you. I really feel my answer should have been accepted there.
감사합니다.
He's accepted with a capital and a dot for good measure. Oh my goodness. So this bug has popped up before, as I mentioned in Navajo. In the Navajo course, I many times reached a stage where there really wasn't anything I could do differently. And then you can't get through the course. And there, switching to a PC or to a laptop was my way out. Not sure what to do here. Might not be able to do Korean for today.
감사합니다.
Try it with just a capital. Please. Oh, I'm supposed to be putting it in Korean. Silly me. Don't give up yet.
감사합니다.
That old thing. I don't know when I'm doing it on the stream, I never can remember to switch to the language I'm hearing it. Not never, but I have sure. Spelled with a B, ni, da. Yeah. One of these days, it'll stick. And let's get basics out of the way. That will then, I mean literally, almost literally out of the way. That clears the path for us to do all the other topics that still lie ahead. How fun.
빵, 바다,
Sea, ocean.
산,
바다, 산, 공원,
한국,
길,
Is a road. Street.
공원이 없습니다.
There is no park. There is not a park.
방,
Pang is a room. So
방,
this word for room, there's a little bit of aspiration, a little bit of air coming with the P release.
방,
Spelled B in RR. Means room. Let's contrast that with the word bread. I hope we can hear it next time it comes around. Almost the same, but with a different kind of P.
공원에 사람이 없습니다.
사람이 없습니다. Okay. Parse this A,
공원에
telling us that's our location for this
없습니다.
being absent from. Okay, so start by looking at the
없습니다.
verb. Ups is the root meaning be absent, not there, not present. So who or what is not present where?
공원에,
For that we look to the,
공원에,
phrase final part.
공원에,
So this A marks a location. In the park, there are no people. 사람이 subject. No people. I have a different word order in English too. There are no people. There is no one in the park. Any of those.
남자가 한국에 있습니다.
남자가 한국에, similar sentence. A man is in Korea. But this one 있습니다. The verb 있다 is the opposite. To be present, to be in a place. In Korea. 한국에.
바다. 남자가 한국에 있습니다. 남자가 한국에 있습니다.
남자가 space 한군 한국에 is present there. A man is in Korea. Is spelled S and the vowel EU B, or you could write a P. Same difference.
남자가 한국에 있습니다.
It's just going to be one ending after this that I know of. There could be, I suppose, many lots and lots of verb endings in Korean, but still a very clear structure in verbs as well as sentences overall. 가족.
가족. 자동차. 가족. 차.
신문,
신문 is a newspaper.
공,
means zero, among other things.
공,
남자는 메시지가 있습니다.
남자는 as for the man,
메시지가
is present. The man, so to him or as for the man, such and such is there means he has. The man has a message.
친구.
친구 is a friend.
걔는 친구가 있습니다. 걔는 친구가 있습니다.
The dog has friend or friends. 걔는 친구가 있습니다. Oops. Convert that last syllable by pressing the space bar.
한국의 신문.
한국의 possessive, so it could mean Korea's newspaper or some pertaining to Korea. Korean, I'm going to say. Place.
한국의 신문.
I'm going to say Korea's newspaper. Korean.
메시지
So that 의 written, pronounced e, means pertaining to such and such. Message is a message. We at Lango like to call this Konglish. It's a portmanteau meaning Korean and English. So it refers to a couple of different things. An English word taken into Korean like this. 메시지. It's called a loan word. When one language takes a word form or compound phrase, rarely a phrase, but into its
자동차
itself. Car.
차
T.
자동차와 신문.
Car and newspaper. Make them indefinite. Alright, let's finish this circle and then take a little detour. Sidestep. Movie. 영화.
학생.
영화
Student. 학생.
학생. 한국 학생.
Korean student. And here it means from the country rather than a student of that language. Just check if we've got any messages here. I can see my Twitter stream there. That's nice.
신문은 재미있습니다.
신문은 재미있습니다. The newspaper is interesting.
음식은 맛있습니다.
Food is delicious. 맛있습니다. Good taste, good flavor is there. It's that same root. 있다. Food is delicious. With the noun 맛.
신문은 재미있습니다.
신문은 재미있습니다. 신문은. Note that we write S. It's the same as the letter S for shin. It's that following vowel E that sort of colors it. We say palatalizes the S to a she sound. We don't need to put SH as we romanize, but you can.
신문은 재미있습니다.
재미. I think that's going to be written together as well. We'll find out.
공원은 재미없습니다.
The park is not interesting. It's boring. It's that same noun there. 재미, like interest. 없습니다 is absent.
자동차가 멋있습니다.
멋있습니다. The car is cool. Stylish.
빵은 맛없습니다.
Here's that 빵. So 팡, not that strong, but 팡 for room, plain simple B letter.
빵은 맛없습니다.
빵.
빵은
This word for bread has that double P letter, so ba sound.
빵은 맛없습니다.
With no aspiration is one way we can tell it apart.
빵은 맛없습니다.
Bread tastes bad. Or just could mean bread in general. That's just your opinion, man.
남자가 멋없습니다.
The man is uncool.
빵은 맛있습니다.
빵은 맛있습니다. Bread is delicious.
영화는 재미없습니다.
Hearing both sides of this opinion.
영화는 재미없습니다.
The woman is boring. 여자 영화.
남자가 멋있습니다.
The man is cool.
영화.
Movie. Projecting images. 영화.
음식은 맛없습니다.
맛없습니다.
음식은 맛없습니다.
Food tastes bad.
영화는 재미없습니다.
The movie is boring. Alright.
남자는 인기가 있습니다.
인기가 is popularity.
인기가
인기 있습니다. The man has popularity. We can say he is popular.
음식은 의미가 있습니다.
의미가
음식은 의미가 있습니다.
food is meaningful.
학생은 매력이 없습니다.
매력. Is it like charming?
매력이
학생은 student is not charming. Sad.
가수는 인기가 없습니다.
가수는 인기가 없습니다. The singer is not popular. 가수 is a nice compound. First component, ka means in Chinese song or sing, noun or verb. And we input M-N-N-O. M-R-N-O. Mr. No is ka, and then su is, we type just the letter Q, the hand. So it's a song hand. Song specialist, the singer.
가수는 멋없습니다.
가수는 멋없습니다. 가수는, as for the singer, 멋, stylishness, 없습니다, is absent. 습니다. Singer is uncool.
남자는 한국 출신입니다.
남자는 한국 출신입니다. The man, was born in Korea. 출신 really is talking about the birth. I would like that to be accepted. My answer. But we're going to write is from.
책은 의미가 없습니다.
책은 의미가 없습니다. The book is meaningless.
저는 한국 출신입니다.
From Korea.
영화는 의미가 없습니다.
영화는 의미가 없습니다. Movies or a movie, not distinguished in this sentence. Movies are 의미가, right? Yeah, meaningless. Movies are such that meaning is absent.
여자는 한국 출신입니다.
한국 출신입니다. 여자는 the woman is from Korea.
여자는 매력이 있습니다.
여기 있습니다. As for the woman, she is charming. Woman is charming. So the reason I'm saying this as for such and such is that's a good sort of rough and ready equivalent for 는
여자는
topic marker, which is distinct from a subject in Korean grammar. Subject is also present here, marked E.
매력이
Pardon me, hold that thought. Thank you. Let's wrap this one up.
가수는 멋없습니다.
가수는 멋 없습니다. As for the singer, stylishness ain't there. It's cool.
남자는 인기가 없습니다.
As for the man, 남자는
popularity
subject is absent. Man is unpopular.
남자는 매력이 있습니다.
있습니다. As for the man, charmingness, charm is present.
남자는 한국 출신입니다.
The man is from Korea. I just forget where to look to show me how long we've been going. 45. Time has flown. Okay, that completes a level. So, gets us to a level if it's level 1. Let's see what else is out there. It's been neglected by us too long. Gracias. Turkish, is that right? Oh, cool. The other end of the Asian continent. Not the northeast, but the southwestern part. Accusative is our topic. Wonderful.
şekeri ben yerim.
Ben yerim. Shikeri. This is the accusative marker, if I recall. Done it on my other account, but it's been a while since I've spent serious time with it. Let's do a devoted to Turkish session soon.
şekeri,
So, sugar object marker.
şekeri,
I eat it. So we're going to translate with the sugar. I think that's what Duolingo wants to train us to do. Whenever we see this accusative marked verb, şeker is the basic
ben,
sugar. Here we see an E appearing after that. We're going to translate with the to mark a direct object.
Ben peyniri yerim.
Peyniri yerim. Peynir. Cheese, was it?
Peyniri.
I eat the cheese. What accusative means has nothing to do with accusing, really. It's just a label for the noun form, the form of a nominal thing that will show up when a direct object is called for. Sentence demands a direct object. This is an indefinite one. This is the noun form we're going to use. It's called accusative.
o portakalı yer.
Or he or she eats an orange.
O eti yer.
The orange should have been. It should have been.
Eti.
Eti.
O eti yer. O.
I wonder why that comma is there. It seems out of place. What's bread again? Et.
Yer. Eti.
Meat. He or she eats the meat. I think that's just a mistake.
Ben yağ içerim.
Yai. That's yai. I drink. Okay, different word order here. The subject first. Ben.
Yağ.
Oil. I drink the oil. Lovely.
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Çayı içerim. Domatesi, tomatoes. I eat the tomato. I drink the tea. It's like a plan.
Sen peyniri ve domatesi yersin.
Sen
Domatesi yersin.
Sen peyniri ve domatesi yersin. Thought that's exactly what
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Domatesi yerim. I eat it.
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Çayı. It's gonna be a ch. İçerim. Çayı. Yikes. Çayı. One little letter missing and the whole thing is just wrong.
O portakalı yer.
It's the orange is what we want.
Sen peyniri ve domatesi yersin.
Sen peyniri ve domatesi yersin.
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim. Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Ben domates, tomato, e makes it an object. Yerim is going to be the form I eat.
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Çayı. So we have vowel harmony. It's not going to be the vowel e within the same word following a. So it's the, oops, not there, but here rather. Chai. Oh my goodness. Chai. There's our stem. we call it an allomorph, a variant form. E and U mark the same grammatical information. It just has to do with what vowel precedes it in the word.
Ben domatesi yerim, çayı içerim.
Cherry. So same but different. Same meaning, different form. Meaning or function. Same meaning, same function, but a different form. We call it an allomorph. A different form.
Ben suyu ve sütü içerim. Suyu.
Okay, so su is the bare form of the noun. Water. Su, not su-i or su-u, but su-yu. Ve sütü içerim. And ü. So 4 allomorphs so far for that accusative. I drink içerim. The water, suyu, and the milk. Sütü.
Siz limonu yersiniz.
Siz. That's you plural, I believe.
Siz.
So you all eat the lemon. Limonu. Not limoni. Limonu. I guess a way to look at it is that accusative suffix vowel tries to be as much like the preceding vowel as it can.
Kız limonu yer.
Kız. Kız. Either lady or girl, I can never remember.
Kız limonu yer.
Limonu. Yer. Eats a lemon. Eat the lemon. Girl. Kız. Okay. Girl is smaller. Kız is shorter than kadın.
Siz tuzu yersiniz ve suyu içersiniz.
Siz tuzu.
Tuzu.
Salt. Yersiniz. You all eat the salt and drink the water. Drink the water. I drink the water and the milk. Ben suyu ve sütü içerim. Yeah, the last one is almost correct, but it's the wrong suffix. You can tell because it doesn't match. Ben sin. Those consonants are unlike. So my suspicion is that the original word for I was bim. As a suffix, drop the b, get im, and in the pronoun form, im changed it to n. That's just my guess.
Adam tuzu yer.
I haven't read up on that. See what other people think.
Adam tuzu yer.
Yeah, the man eats the salt, or Adam eats the salt, I suppose. Adam tuzu yer. And I'm noting that the final R gets devoiced in Turkish. Listen to the very last consonant sound in this sentence. It's not just a r, but a sh.
Adam tuzu yer.
Yes. Really approaches an S because it's voiceless. Sh, and the trill action, if it's small enough, it's indistinguishable from that fricative s made in the same part of the mouth. Siz, let's say, you all. The water, accusative, singular. Suyu içeriz. İçe, voiceless ç has that descender. Cher makes it finite. Is, it just rhymes nicely with siz. Suyu içersiniz. İçersiniz. Alright. Too perfect. İçersiniz. Add that to my notes. And hopefully to my mind more. Oh yeah, got a note that we're doing Turkish. Good abbreviation for Turkish. Look that up. Siz suyu içersin. You drink the water. You drink the water. Ben limonu. So u is the last vowel, and the closest we can get with our 4 options is u in terms of features of articulation and sound of the vowels. Limonu yerim. Yer yerim. Limonu yerim. We can drop the ben. You drink the water. So without looking at how we posted it, let me hide it from myself there. You siz, and then the verb's going to end in siniz. Suyu içersiniz. Içersiniz. Nothing like the recording right after making the mistake. Feel like you're learning.
Ben kahveyi içerim. Ben kahveyi içerim.
The yi is that E is pretty close to e. That's the form it takes. I drink the coffee.
Evet, çorbayı.
No or yes?
Evet,
Çorbayı.
çorbayı.
Accusative.
Ben elmayı yerim.
Elma. Elma apple. I eat the apple. Elmayı. So again, after a vowel,
Elmayı.
we're adding a y. Think of it as adding, or maybe the basic form of the suffix is y.
Sen meyveyi yersin.
Yersin. Meyve is fruit. Sen you all. No, you singular. Same for the English sentence. Eat the fruit.
O yumurtayı yer.
Yumurta. Yumurta.
Yumurtayı.
Egg. O. With a comma again, why not? He or she eats the egg.
Ben pastayı yerim.
Pastayı yerim. I eat the pasta. Cake. Oh, yeah. A false friend, we can call it. Pasta cake.
Makarnayı yersin.
That's the one for noodles pasta.
Makarnayı.
Yersin. Yersin. That's with the you as the subject. With you. You eat the pasta.
Siz kahveyi ve birayı içersiniz.
Bira. Beer?
Birayı.
Well, it doesn't have to be. But siz you plural. You all drink the coffee and the beer.
Ben pastayı yerim.
Pastayı yerim. I eat the cake. I take the cake.
Ben yoğurdu yerim.
Yogurt. And we get our word yogurt from Turkish. Note that the original word has a D
Yoğurdu.
stem.
Yoğurdu.
When that D is the last sound in the word, it's going to be pronounced as a T maybe, or maybe it's a matter of
Biz tavuğu yeriz.
what language it came through on its way to us. Biz, that's we. Tavu,
Tavuğu.
tavu, the chicken. We eat the chicken. And note how yariz, that is rhymes with the pronoun biz.
Ben balığı yerim.
Balığı yerim.
Balığı.
Fish. Balığı fish. I eat the fish.
Biz şarabı içeriz.
Biz means we. Drink the wine. Şarabı.
Ben yemeği yerim.
Yemeği. Yeme. Yeah. I eat the what?
Yemeği.
Oh, okay. So is that root of eating. And
Yerim. Yemeği.
here we have a noun form derived from it, which means food, the eaten stuff. I eat the food.
Ben çileği yerim.
Çileği.
Çileği.
Strawberry. Yes, we eat the yogurt and the bread. Yes, I've forgotten what the word is. Evet. Yoğurdu. Modified letter G. Yoğurdu ve ekmeği, I guess. Ekmeği, softened G. Y sound. Ekmeği, we eat it. Yeriz, I think. Yersin is you all. Yeriz. Oh, good. Good. And the pronoun would be biz if we had it. Ekmeği, softened G, yerim. Any messages? At the moment. Let's wrap this one up. Gazete.
gazete, oku, oku.
Oku.
O kitabı okur.
She reads the book.
Kadın gazete okur.
Kadın gazete okur. Newspapers.
Onlar kitabı okurlar.
Onlar they read books.
Siz kitap okursunuz.
Read the books. Siz kitap okursunuz. Siz, you all read kitap books. They read. Onlar kitap. Tuzu. That's not the verb. Okurlar is what we want. Kitap okurlar.
Gazete okursunuz.
Gazete okur. Okursunuz. You all read newspapers.
Onlar kitabı okurlar.
Okay, so let's mention. They read. This one has
Kitabı.
the suffix kitabı, not kitap. So we're going to translate it as definite. The. They read the, and then it's singular, the book. Whereas if it was just kitap, that would mean like they book read. General object, not a specific one, so we would translate it with an indefinite plural.
Ben bir gazete okurum.
Bir gazete okurum. I read one newspaper. I read a newspaper. Bir is the numeral.
Siz gazeteyi okursunuz.
Siz, you. Now here this has the suffix yi. So we're going to use definite singular. The newspaper.
Biz gazete okuruz.
We read gazette. This is general, so plural. Newspapers.
Onu ben içerim.
Onu ben içerim. Onu. So what's on?
Onu.
I eat it. İçerim. Drink. Alright.
Sen kitabı okursun.
Okay. O. Alright. Kitabı okursun sen. You read the book.
Onlar menüyü okurlar.
They read the menu. Menüyü. That's cool.
Siz bunu okursunuz.
Bunu. This. Siz, you read this.
Onlar menüyü okurlar.
Onlar, I'm gonna guess that it's the you. I can't really hear a difference between
Onlar menüyü okurlar.
menüyü okurlar. 3 parts. Root, suffix r, suffix lar, plural.
Onu ben içerim.
Onu ben içerim. I drink it.
İçerim.
With a different word order. It, I drink there. Alright, so let's just return for Korean, and then we'll call that a day, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's the checkpoint here.
리,
가,
가, 미,
미, 오,
오, 사,
사, 예,
예, 톤,
톤, 부산, 도쿄, 부산,
부산, 도쿄,
학생은 한국 사람입니다.
student is.
삼성.
Alright. That was a pass. So, please get in touch with us. You can, tweeting is probably the best way to reach us. To let me know what languages you're most interested in watching and hearing about. I'm taking requests. And please subscribe if you enjoyed. Come back and visit us again. See you next time.